Anne from Oregon. So let's bring. Hi, Anne.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello? Okay. So I just wanted to mainly just wanted to call and thank the ACA and the Atheist Experience for promoting skepticism and also for being allied with the LGBTQ community. I'm 40. I was in the closet until this last, just before Pride Month. I decided to come out. The last step was I'm a trans woman. But the last step was being willing to have a conversation about it with people, because I kind of prefer to like have my space and do my own thing and just go throughout my day. And putting on a dress and a skirt made it a lot harder. But for a while, I didn't want to listen to the Atheist Experience because there were a number of hosts who brought up trans people and LGBTQ related things, and it made it difficult to stay in denial. So I stopped listening for a while, and kind of disappointed I did, because it's a lot more enjoyable to listen to a live show than to go through the back catalog of podcasts.
Well, congratulations for coming out.
I would say I became an atheist when I was about 18. I could not resolve the question of abortion morally. I couldn't resolve it, at least from the Christian perspective, and using categorical syllogisms. I was in high school. That was the depth of my philosophical reasoning at the time. And these days, I do still identify. Well, I identify as a theist, but I told the screener I mostly identify as a Taoist, and I practice then. Your last caller mentioned Buddhism and Satanism. I know a little about both of those. I wouldn't say I practice Zazen as much as I talk about it, but it's pretty basic meditation.
Why are you a Taoist?
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Because I have no clue what to do. Are you there?
Yes. I think there's a delay.
Okay.
Yes. I think there's a delay.
I would say I mean, I could also identify as a Gnostic, but that is a very loaded label. I didn't want to start out with that, but like I identify as a Taoist because I find answers in simplicity, and it's not.
It's just a.
I mean, to me, doubt. It's just a label, right? But like,
right. It's just a fun thing. It's not really. Do you think would it be accurate for me to say it's just fun to just follow the rules and use the label rather than claiming that they actually are making any justifiable claims about the universe? It's not that. It's just like they have some fun practices and it's just fun to have that label. It's more of a feeling thing. Would you say that?
What's fun is that you don't know about Taoism, but that's okay, because it's not a religion. It's a philosophical system that's vaguely defined, but to me, it's just like
it is a religion.
Going with my instinct.
I mean, saying it's a philosophical system doesn't make it not a religion. Every religion is a philosophical system, so that these two things don't contradict each other. It is a religion.
Well, there aren't practices per se. I don't.
There are some practices.
I don't want to defend Taoism. I would say that the only reason I'm using the term Taoism is because I've read it somewhere. There, the ideas of philosoph. Well, there's some philosophical ideas that are useful, there's some references to things that I mean, it's clear how Taoism influenced the development of Zen. My background is in Christianity, fundamentalist Christianity. I dabbled a bit in Islam, and like I really define myself as a conscious being, then a human, then a woman, then a mother, and as far as whether or well, I do have a sense that there is consciousness behind reality and meaning.
So Taoism believes in qi, and qi refers to this life force or vital energy that flows through all living beings and the cosmos. Maintaining the proper balance and flow of qi is essential for health, longevity, and spiritual well-being. This is basically superstitious nonsense by Taoism. So that makes Taoism a religion.
So
I know a lot of people wasted so much money on maintaining I know a lot of people that have wasted so much money trying to get the proper flow of qi in their office space or in their school or in their home, believing that this is it's kind of like the force. It's like it's kind of like that. It's like they believe in the force, the power of the force.
So I do like Star Wars. I do like Star Wars for the Force. That's mostly why I like Star Wars. And it's clear it has Taoist and Judaic influences.
Yeah, well, none of this has been verified to be true. This is superstitious belief, right?
I don't have okay, so like I've looked at different philosophical systems and religions, and then I pull out of it. I mean, I pull out of it what makes sense, and what makes sense is the good. And when I say Taoism, I honestly didn't really realize it's an actual like religious practice. To me, it is a description of of something that can't be described, and then to institutionalize it beyond that,
it just feels good. Like, so it's not. It doesn't make sense. It actually does not make sense because the claims that it makes has not been verified by empirical evidence. So that's the very meaning. That's the very definition of not making sense. However, if you say it just feels good to just like play along, I could see that, but it doesn't make sense. But you could just, even if it doesn't make sense, you could just play along because it just feels right. Like people like Harry Potter or people like pretending like they're in Star Wars world and stuff like that. I mean, I get that, but it doesn't. If you don't say it makes sense because it doesn't make sense.
I mean, okay, so I am anti-religion. The moment you told me there are actually people trying to control qi, because I'm not that well read. The moment you told me that, I was like, okay, I definitely don't like that label. But I find it's funny because sometimes people don't know what Tao is. The first thing about Taoism, and it's a useful way to explain a yin yang. But no, I'm a deist and I'm anti-religion. I find value in spiritual, what could be considered spiritual writings like the Tao Te Ching, but I don't live my life based on what's written in any book or what anyone tells me. And
okay.
I view the cosmos as a whole that functions just as science says, just as physics and chemistry and all the hard sciences describe. Okay, my sense is that there is.
So when you say I don't live my life,
but just the way we.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say it's there's a huge delay that is making this conversation difficult. I just want to say that it's not bad to sometimes live based on what other people have said if what they said is good advice. So we don't want to go all the way to the other. Yeah. Okay. So Yeah, I just want to
That's
go on.
not what I'm saying. When I say what I'm saying is like, I talk, everyone I know, interact with, new people, friends, acquaintances, family members. I take everything that people say into account, as well as other information that I'm exposed to, and then I make a decision on my own. But to me, going to church is, when people sing praises, they're singing the praises of their pastor. They're not singing the praise.
Okay.
If they were doing what their system seems to be designed to do, they would be going out on the street and helping homeless people instead of paying tithes to keep a building open so they can go there for an hour or two a week. No,
not really. Actually, they're doing what. Actually, that's not true, because your priority should be the afterlife and your soul, rather than so no. Actually, I don't agree that the teachings of Christianity's main priority is for you to go and take care of homeless people. I think the afterlife is more important. I don't think actually, I'm glad that they don't follow the religion. If they followed the religion more closely, there would have been a lot more. They would be causing a lot more misery. This idea that if Christians were being true to the religion, they would go help poor people. No, actually, if they were being true to the religion, they would go out and commit genocide. So no, their teachings of the religion is not that wholesome. That they're failing to. I mean, they are failing to follow it, but that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
Right. Well, okay. So that's what has actually occurred in history. I mean, when this
it's in their books.
Jesus said that he came to bring. What's that?
It's in their books. It's in their books that it's in their. It's not just history. It's in their books that they should go commit genocide. And Jesus was a freaking racist. You know that Jesus was a racist, and he compared people to an entire ethnicity of people to dogs. And he was an idiot that cursed a tree just because it didn't have fruits in the right season, in the wrong season. So I don't think Jesus was this good guy that Christians are not following. Jesus was a maniac.
Well, you do not have to preach to me the harms of
I know. I'm just
Christianity.
I'm just sharing my views.
It's my understanding.
I'm not preaching.
It's my understanding that it's my understanding that if it weren't for the formation of Christianity, my life wouldn't be hell most of the time.
Right. And you and many other people.
I agree with that.
It's hell in the sense of societal acceptance. I'm not worried about the afterlife. That's not even on my radar. To me, it's like I have had some serious fallings out with family members because they are conservative Christians, and there's no one gay, lesbian, or with a record in my family, or who even uses marijuana, which is legal in Oregon, by the way. So like I did want to ask about recovering from religion because I know about the organization, and I feel like I would like to look into it.
Yeah, Jim, do you want to explain that? I think you might know. Yeah. Yes, Jim. Do you know much about?
I would go to the website and. Yeah, I would go to the website. I mean, I became a member because I think they're absolutely hysterical and they do good work. They do things like after school with Satan for that they try to get in, and they only go to schools that have after school religious programs and try to get theirs in there. They've got another program, Menstruating with Satan. And they do a lot of different stuff, but yeah, go to their website and check them out, and then check out your local community. And remember that your local community may be filled with asshats, maybe filled with great people. But yeah, just I would check them out online and then find a local group and see what they're up to.
Anyways,
I like I said, I joined because I support their activism and I love the way they do it.